books do so much for me. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to start a vlog for the week. It's Sunday as I'm filming this part. The first one that I'm going to read in this vlog is Along for the Ride by Mimi Grace, and I picked this book in a bookshelf scavenger hunt and I did start it, okay, barely, but I started it, and I want to actually read it because so far, like, it is cute. It is good. It is like entertaining me. It's just I had other books that I was reading and this one just kind of fell to the wayside for some reason. But I do want to read it. And then I don't have a plan for the rest of the books I'm going to read, but there are several that I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get to that. Like, yeah, that sounds so good. Like, it's highly anticipated and I ain't ready. So I'm going to be reading those this week. Also, I have redone my bookshelves, so if you can tell, like, these are different shelves and I literally cannot stop looking at them. They're so cute. And before I was like, I'm not a person who like decorates my bookshelves because like I had such limited space and I didn't have space for, like, you know, little flowers and little jars and stuff like that because books. But now I have space to make them actually look really, really cute, and I get it now. I get it now. Those of you guys who like are fortunate enough to have space where they can like dedicate to like just books and they're not having to play like double duty and whatnot, like, I understand how and why you make it like such a mood and a vibe situation, because that did so much for me. Like, books do so much for me. If you're watching this video, I know you understand. Speaking of which, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I'm Anita. This is my library, actually feeling more like a library. And if you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so, because like I said, I'm going to show you guys my bookshelves in my room. This is my bedroom. I have like the boudoir section over there, and then this is like the book section over here, and then like school over there. But anyways, yes, thank you so much for watching. If you like reading vlogs, give this video a thumbs up because I'm doing more, y'all. I'm doing more in 2025. I think I've done 2, maybe 3 this year. I think I've done 3, 2 or 3. And you guys seem to really like them. I really like them because I'm a chatty Cathy, and this way when I do reading vlogs, I can keep my reading wrap-ups really short, because if you want more like in-depth like thoughts and like live reactions, these are the videos that you want to watch. But if you want like quick recs or non-recs, then you'll watch my reading wrap-ups. So anyways, I'm gonna get going on this one. This is Along for the Ride by Mimi Grace. This is her only solo novel, or standalone rather. She's got a series of 3. I can't remember the name of that series. Dang, it ain't even in here. Maybe it's in the back. Love Struck series. It's Make a Scene is book 1. Book 2 is What a Match, and I've read those 2. And then the third one is Take a Hike. And that's the only one in that series that I haven't read. But you can kind of read them standalone if you want to. Like, it's not huge spoilers. And I've read them so far, like, so spaced out that even if it was like interconnected, like, it didn't click because it was several months between me reading like the first book and the second book. So anywho, I'm going to read Along for the Ride. This is like a enemies to lovers type situation, I'm pretty sure. The main characters are helping their friends move cross country, and they're driving like their moving truck, while the friends, the couple, they are driving like their personal vehicle. They're driving their moving truck across country, and they're like having to like navigate through things together, but they also like hate each other from what I don't know yet, because I'm only on chapter 4, page 28, and I'm using one of my favorite bookmarks, my little butterfly magnetic bookmarks. They're so stinking cute. I got them from Barnes and Noble, but anywhere they sell books you can get magnetic bookmarks, and they're super cute. All right, so anyways, I am going to go ahead and get reading, and I think I'm going to read maybe 2 or 3 videos in this vlog. 2 or 3 videos. I'm going to read 2 or 3 books. So stay tuned. I have finished Along for the Ride. I finished it a few days ago, but I did not update you guys. And I'm like the worst at like remembering to like vlog the process of like me reading books and stuff. But I did finish Along for the Ride by Mimi Grace, and I don't remember what I rated it. I probably rated it like 3.5 stars. But if you want to know for sure, in the description box I have all of my book social medias down there where I post my reviews. I post them on Goodreads, Fable, and Storygraph. I'm actually loving Storygraph the most at this time, but I have the most like social network on Goodreads. So but I do post reviews on all of those in real time after I finish the books. But anyways, Along for the Ride. I did like this book for the most part. For it to be such a short book, I want to say it's like 230 pages, 247 on the epilogue, but it had a lot like going on. They were like moving, helping their friends move. I think it's her sister and her husband move, and the male main character is the husband's best friend or whatever. But they were helping them move, you know, things ensued during that time. Of course, there's like one bed situation. I think that's just such a silly trope, like side note, like, oh, there's only one bed, what are we gonna do? Like in real life, this is really not even an issue, like at all, but whatever. Anywho, they are like enemies-ish, or they just don't like each other. I'm gonna call them enemies, but it really wasn't explained like why they're enemies for real, like at all, unless it just like went over my head in like a one-liner. Really don't understand why they didn't like each other, but I guess they're like an unlikely pair, maybe. I didn't understand it. It was like a conflict that I felt like was inserted into the book for the sake of conflict, but it didn't seem like organic at all. Like it didn't make sense to me. So that is where it drew a little bit of like a delineation for me for it to be like a more enjoyable book, because I just didn't understand the mindset of one of the characters. Not that it was right or wrong or anything, it's just it didn't sit with me, but it was a cute book, like all Mimi Grace's books are. I did like it. It was short, sweet. It was cute. It wasn't traumatic at all. None of her books have lots of trauma or like heartache. You're not about to cry. You'll laugh. You cook your little feeties a little bit, but it's really not like a deep type of story. But I did enjoy the book. Now, I am currently reading 3 books. I think this is the most that I have read at once, when it wasn't like I'm trying not to DNF a book. I am liking all 3 of these books, and they're different vibes, which is why I'm just like switching out like what I'm reading and when. So first I have Changing All Stars by Nana Kwame, this author. Okay, I don't want to mess it up, but I'm reading this book. I think I have it on, yeah, I'm on the circuit, or did I finish the circuit? Yeah, I'm on page 107. So let me move my little bookmark. If you're curious, this is what the bookmark looks like. It's like a Van Gogh. Nope, Claude Monet. And I am about this much through the book. It is, I won't say it's like fast paced at all, but it is pretty action packed. There are more than a few characters in it, but it's not hard to follow. It does evoke emotions. It is very like curious for me. I'm wondering like where this is going. Like the whole time I'm wondering where this is going. It's high stakes for freaking sure. It's high stakes, and I'm liking it. I hear it kind of ends like in a heart-wrenching way, so I'm kind of like scared. I'm really scared to like get to the point where everyone's like, oh shoot, but I am liking it so far. Next, I am reading Blood Sugar by Sascha Rothchild. This is a thriller. I am on chapter 10, page 57. This is about a serial unaliver who has unalived 3 people, but she's accused of murdering, whoopsie, she's accused of unaliving 4 people, but according to her, she didn't do it. But something is like sitting with me on this. It's like written in first person, and if you know anything about thrillers, first person thrillers have very unreliable narrators, so I just don't trust this girl. But it makes for a really exciting read for sure. And then finally, I am reading Undue Burden by Shefali Luthra, Life and Death Decisions in Post-Roe America. I feel like the title gives as much away as I'm willing to. It talks about Roe v. Wade being overturned in 2022 and like the after effects in different areas of the country as like the restrictions have gotten more and more and more restraining, and like what people are willing or having to do to travel for care. So I am liking it, honestly. I think I'm the farthest into this book. I am on chapter 6, page 133. And something that I do like, funnily enough, about all 3 of these is they have chapter titles. Like, it's not just like chapter 1, like they actually have names for the chapter titles, and it's not just the characters' names, because these are not written in like altering viewpoints. Well, this one kind of is, but they still have chapter titles. So that was an unexpected, pleasant surprise. But yeah, I'm really liking all of these so far. If you are curious and you want to know my thoughts about these, they will be in my reading on my socials down below, like I said, Fable, Goodreads, and Storygraph. So that's what I'm reading so far, and I'm really, really liking them. And I don't pick from these genres very often anymore, but I picked some good ones, y'all. Like I'm gonna reading like good part of the roller coaster. I don't know if you guys can like see the actual like impact of what is happening outside, but I'm currently on a snow day. Yay. It is pretty icky outside, and I'm snowed in, so I definitely have been reading books. So I'm just gonna update you guys on what I've been getting into today. My last like update, I told you guys I was reading 3 books. Of those 3 books, I have finished 1 and I have started and finished another one all today because I've been snowed in. But the book that I finished that I told you guys about was Blood Sugar by Sascha Rothchild. This was such an entertaining book. It is definitely like a thriller for sure. It's like a domestic thriller, which I've read one book like that before by Sally Hepworth, and I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but this one I very much enjoyed a lot more. It is about a woman named Ruby, and the title, even, well, like the blurb at the top says she's accused of 4 murders, she's only guilty of 3, and that's pretty much the freaking premise. I don't want to give any more away really, because like the suspense and the thrill, right? If you want to read it, I definitely do recommend it. It's really entertaining, it's pretty funny, and like I remember reading like the blurb inside. It says that a twisty, clever thriller featuring a murderess you can't help but root for, the addictive mixture of sour and sweet. And like I really was rooting for I really was rooting for her. And like kind of similar to, if you've read what is that book called? It's by Mary Monroe, Mrs. Wiggins. If you've read Mrs. Wiggins, this will, and you liked it, you will like this for sure. And I rated this one 4 stars. That will be my reading wrap up, but like I really enjoyed this book. It was so funny. Like the very short chapters, they all had like chapter titles. They're like 1-word chapter titles. For example, I don't want to use that one as an example. Lamp, witch, Miami, cat, alibi, salt. So like, and it kind of gives you like a little glimpse into like what the chapter is going to be about if you're familiar with the story or whatever. So I really liked it. I think this is the author's debut novel, and I would definitely read more from her if I start back buying more thriller books. Right now I'm really like not in the mood for a bunch of thrillers. Like even reading this, I'm not necessarily inclined to be like, ooh, okay, I want to read another one. Like I'm cool. I liked it. Like I said, it was 4 stars, but if you're a thriller girly And I would consider this maybe like kind of cozy. Like it's not traumatic at all. This would be like a cool one. And then the book that I ordered, it arrived 2 nights ago, but I just opened it up to take a little sneak peek, like do a sneak peek read, to read 1 chapter. Ended up reading 4 last night, and then I read the rest today, and it is like 2 o'clock. So I read this entire book physically. I didn't even check to see if it had a audiobook or nothing. Like I was into it, and like, I don't know, it's kind of seen better days, even though I've only had it 1 day. But it's Lilith by Alexandria House. She is an author who I will read every book that she's published, like I'm certain. And at this point I've probably read like 8 books of hers or something. And spoiler alert, I ordered more books from her that are going to be in my book haul if I haven't already posted it. I think it'll be after this video though. But this is called Lilith. It is a dark romance, and I normally don't read the back, but I will since it's really short. It says, Lilith. He's excruciatingly handsome and, well, fine as hell. He's also my captor. He won't take his eyes off me. He won't let me go. All I can do is hope he'll let me live. Ray. She's beautiful, but she doesn't understand me. She doesn't seem to grasp that things have to be this way. She has to be mine. And if she isn't mine, well, she will die. And that is all I'm going to say about that. This book was so unhinged. Like, what is actually like literally what is actually happening? I was giggling, and I need to talk to my therapist about it. Not that I thought it was like sexy at all, like the unhingedness. It was just funny. Like, it was just pure entertainment. Pure entertainment. And this will, if you're in a reading slump, pick you up some Alexandria freaking House. And I do remember this because I was definitely in a reading slump at the beginning of this month. But baby, she'll take you out of it every freaking time, and I just love her. Again, there wasn't like any trauma in this one. She does have some books that talk about like deeper themes beyond just the romance, but this one really didn't have anything like that in it. There is a little bit of grief, but if you are like currently like experiencing a bout of grief yourself, like I don't find this would be triggering. I don't imagine it would be triggering for me. I'm not a therapist or a psychologist or anything like that, but just it seemed to be like pretty it wasn't a focus. The grief wasn't a huge focus in this book. But yeah, the unhingedness. Oh yeah. This was a short read. It was 221 pages. So it's not like a huge feat. Like, oh, I read it in a day in one sitting. Like, it's short. And I had nothing to do. I can't go nowhere. It's no way. So I did read this. There is a second book that just came out like recently, and it is called Memphis, and that is Lilith's sister. There are 3 sisters, so I'm assuming there are going to be 3 books. She really loves to do 3-book series. Alexandria House does. So yeah, definitely expect to be another book. Probably maybe like the end of the year, maybe getting next year. But this is the 3 Kings series, and their names are like their last name is King. So Lilith King, and the second one is Memphis King, and then the other sister is Umber. You don't care about any of that, but yes, this was very entertaining. And then also I will say no, I can't because I'm gonna spoil it if I say the thing. But if you have watched a certain TV show, no, because it's tons of TV shows that ain't gonna narrow it down or like even help you to be like, ooh, I watched that show or a show. But it's fun, girl, and it's kind of sexy. Like the spicy scenes is spicing. So if you do like spice, like, it'll be fun. And I recommend anything Alexandria House, anything, get into it. So I think I'm just gonna leave it here. I think I've read like 3 books in this vlog. I mentioned a few others, so I feel like that's good for now. If you haven't already subscribed, definitely consider doing that because I have a really big book haul coming up. I will feature this one even though I've just gave you guys a little sneak peek about it because I have read it. But I have probably like 30 books on my TBR cart that I need to unhaul for you guys. Or not unhaul. Jesus, no. I need to haul for you guys so you can see what I'm working with, and then so I can put them on my shelves because I really just want to give these guys some love and like keep that cart for like my TBR. But Anyway, if you haven't subscribed, definitely consider doing so you can see a little bit more of like what my current reading vibe is with my new book haul that's coming up in the future. Other than that, if you like this style of video, meaning reading vlogs, very cozy style, give it a thumbs up and I will keep doing these for you guys. And leave down in the comments below books or like genres or types of books, tropes or whatever that you guys want to see me do reading vlogs on, because you want to see like my live reactions, and I'll do better. I really didn't do a lot of live reactions in this one, but that's because like you guys I didn't have like specific requests. So if you have a specific request for a book that you want to see like me actively react to, like definitely leave it down in the comments because I will do better for you, boo. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.